Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Altcoin Mentors YouTube channel. My name is Peter, and today I'm going to be doing another episode of Beginner's Essentials. The topic today is how to pull the trigger. Our main goal here at Altcoin Mentors is to help as many people as possible achieve their goal of financial freedom, and we believe that trading cryptocurrencies is an opportunity of a lifetime. By the end of this video, you should have a better understanding of what it's like to be compelled not to trade and how to change the mindset like a pro so you can pull the trigger, make trades, and make money. If you like our videos, please follow us on Twitter and on Telegram. You can also follow our positions and progress for the 2K 5X challenge. The link is down below. If you'd like to be notified of our latest videos, please hit the bell button. All right, so let's start. These are my rules for trading. I have 5 rules. First rule is trade to trade well, not to make money. Number 2 is to fiercely protect capital. 3 is act immediately without hesitation on qualified setups. 4, only thing worse than being wrong is staying wrong. And number 5, if confused, see rule number 2. And I talked about rule number 1 a lot. I also use it in one of my taglines for Twitter. I always tell people to trade well. Also about fiercely protecting capital. I've done videos on risk management, money management, profit management, etc. Scaling in, scaling out to protect capital. And today we're going to talk about number 3, acting immediately. So why can't traders pull the trigger? Like, what happens? Let's see the scenario. Like, you see a setup, but you've been burned before, so you kind of hesitate. Then it takes off, and you start to ask yourself, like, should you? Could you? Do you want to? A little bit more hesitation, and then you finally pull the trigger, and then boom, right? Another loser. So it's not the setup that's hurting; it's the hesitation, right? We'll talk about that. So most of the time, people can't, pull the triggers because they associate trading with a loss. Instead of thinking about the opposite, about making money, all they think about is associate trading with loss. I think a lot of times it's because they don't journal. They don't see what made them take that loss. It really might not have been the setup. It might have been something else that got in the way. Right. So the understanding is that you have to think that trading is a weapon for good and for bad. But it's also a deadly weapon, especially for your psyche. And one of the problems is that you only keep your eye only on risk, right? So sometimes you can be a little bit too cautious because you've been burned before, right? It's all on risk. Or opposite, your eye is only on the reward. So maybe you have a gambler's mentality, right? Sometimes you're too quick to pull the trigger. Like for me, I always have a confirmation signal. So I always have a signal bar. And confirmation would be like 1 or 2 ticks above that signal bar, right? So if I'm going into a long, I'm going to wait for confirmation. So this way I already put the order in way ahead of time, and this way I can just walk away. So let's talk about the importance of rule number 3, right? It's really important because you can only make money when you trade. Right, you can't make any money with just watching it or doing, simulated runs or doing, just busy work, right? Or just doing things like, oh man, I should have done this, I should have done that, right? So you have to be able to pull the trigger. And really, when you're trading, especially in the beginning, trading is very difficult. You might have, you can have lots of opportunities to lose a lot of money. But you can't think of it as a failure. Just think of it as a feedback, right? Feedback for your setups, feedback for your motions, your risk management, all the things that can make you a better trader, right? If you journal it, if you remember it, and if you have a mindset of not repeating the mistakes that you make. And by doing this, you can really view the effectiveness, right, of your trading system. Right, that's really the key. That's what we talked about before, is that you need to have a system, you need to have a plan. So every day when you trade, when you wake up, before you get ready to trade, you should really ask yourself, what is my plan of the day, right? Is it trend up? Is it trend down? Is it going sideways? Where are my entry points? Where are my exit points? How much money do I want to make? Because there are not a lot of days where you make a lot of money. So in Bitcoin, those days are kind of gone. Right, because the ranges have been getting a lot smaller and smaller and smaller. So it's harder to make the amount of money, right? I'm just talking about the sum of money, not percentages, the sum of dollars, right? That it was you were able to do a little bit before. So now it's very rangy. It has these big spikes up, big spikes down, but it's hard to catch those because most of us are not moving the market, so we're just following them. So because of that, you have to be a little bit more patient. So let's talk about how to pull the trigger, right? What are the steps to get you out of your funk? So the first thing to do is to, just like a weapon, right? If you ever like shot like a bow and arrow, or if you throw a spear, if you throw darts, if you throw any of these things, right? One of the key things is to keep your eye on the target, right? So you should focus on where you want to go. So basically, if you have a plan in mind, right, you say, I'm going to go long. So you have to ask yourself, like, where's it going to go? If it's going to go up, 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 or down, 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 where is it going to go? Right. And the next idea is to, I've mentioned this movie before, The Quick and the Dead, right? When you see something that you like, right, don't hesitate, right? Just act immediately, because if you're not quick, right, other people will come in, right, because they'll see something else, right? And it's very funny how a lot of the indicators will pop off almost at the same time. So you have to be a little bit quicker. The next one is to practice. And what I mean by practice is not practicing on a simulated account or going through backtesting. Practice by just pushing the button, by pressing the orders, by going in. You can just scale in. Just try it with smaller amounts, and then this way you become more effective. By practicing, what you can do is, in the end, it'll become automatic. So this time, what you do is you see a setup, you like it, and then you just go into it. That's why for me, one of the things I like to do is I like to listen to music, like upbeat music, because I don't want to think too much, right? What I want to do is I want to look at the charts visually, right? See something. So I use things that have like a color change. So it goes from one color to the other, and you have confirmation. So, but not thinking too much, right? It becomes automatic. It becomes just like a trigger, right? So, and that's really what you want to do. You want to make sure that to become an effective trader, you want to become more automatic. Right, and the last thing I want to talk about here is a little bit different. It's really just to use your imagination. Right, so what I like to do is see your trades as one large, long, continuous trade over time instead of as a single trade. Right, think of all the waves. So basically, what you do is, if you graph your account balance, right, you should be able to see the waves, right, as it goes up or as it goes down. And what you want to see is you want to see where the breakouts are. You also want to make sure that your capital doesn't go below a certain support level. So what you want to do is you look at your account balance just like a chart, right? So you look at it as one long trade, and as long as it keeps on going higher, 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 if it goes 4 steps up, 3 steps down, as long as it's going to 4 steps and never going more than 3 steps, right, over time, you're going to make a lot of money. The other thing, by doing this, you can view the series, you can change your perspective, because it really becomes about financial freedom. It's not about making a lot of money today. It's about making money over the long run. And by this way, you can change your perspective by going a little bit higher on the mountaintop. What you want to do is you want to direct your imagination toward a more positive outcome. Because if you look at your trade, just like if you want to lose weight, you don't jump on a scale every single day. Every 15 minutes, right? If you do that, you're never going to get anywhere, because it's just like water weight. You ate like a peanut, so because of that, you want to just like take your time, right? Watch the charts, right? Especially for your balances, and then see how things progress. And so one of the things I like to do is I like to have some affirmations. So I'll give you a few of mine. I always follow my setups because I never know which one is a winner or loser. I view my trades as probabilities that favor me over the long run. I take every single trade because collectively they will make me financially independent. So this is the last one I really like a lot, right? Because you have to make trades. You have to make them, add them up slowly, slowly, slowly. There's a great quote by Martin Luther King, right? If you can't run, you walk. If you can't run, walk, you crawl, but as long as you keep on moving forward. And that's what making these single trades over a collective time period will enable you to do, right? For you to build wealth. Right, so as we leave, I want to leave you with this little note, right? You are a survivor who is on their way to becoming a thriver. And that's what you want to do. That's why you chart your account balance, you see how things go, because you just want to survive some of the rocky patches, especially in the beginning, so later on you can thrive. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you very much. If you like our videos, please share it with your friends and other crypto traders. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Telegram. If you have any questions, please ask away in the comment section below. We do a very good job of answering all of our comments and questions right away. Thank you again for watching, and see you in our next video.